Hello. Right, I wasn't going to record any more about the MOT or anything like that. But yesterday it went back in for its MOT and they had to abandon it because there's a fuel leak. I didn't think much of it. I was like, right, fair enough, can you book it in? And they were like, nah, not really, mate. We've got like loads of stuff that needs doing. It won't be for like a couple of weeks. It's like, my MOT runs out on the 13th of December, please. So he was on an R in, and then he said, right, bring it in next Wednesday and we'll do another MOT, but we'll also spend a bit of time trying to find it and fix it. So the MOT garage is literally around the corner. It's the next day and I'm just investigating where the leak is, and I have found it. And I'm just currently stripping the air intake box that's now on the floor, and it's basically, you can see how wet it is in there. Let me just try and see if I can show you, but it's basically inside there. I just had the engine running and I could see it dripping, and I believe it's the fuel pump that's underneath here. So I'm now stripping it off and hopefully I can see exactly what it is and hopefully fix it. I mean, I might have to go out and get a new hose. We have to pop back to Inverness anyway, but yeah, if I can try and stop it, call the garage back up and be like, please book me back in sooner, then that'd be great. But let's investigate this first and see how bad it is. So this is where the fuel filter is in here. It's a bit bright on there. Yeah, this is where the fuel filter is, and it is coming through there. Obviously I've been seeing through here and seen it drip down, so I don't quite know exactly where it is leaking. I'm going to take this apart now and hopefully see where it's leaking from. It is bloody chilly out here now. So where I used to live, my neighbour was a mechanic. I swear, like, if he'd see me working on a van outside the house, he'd just turn and walk the other way. He was actually really good. Yeah, I learned a few little things from him, but by no means am I a mechanic. I really wish I didn't put this bull bar on this van because it's right in the way. I'm hoping that it's going to be this hose that's got a little split in it. Can't see any problems on this hose. Walk away from the van so hopefully you can hear me. So it looks like there's no fuel building up on top of the fuel filter, but underneath there is obviously fuel there, and I've tried to like put a bit of tissue down there, drain it out just to soak it all up, but I'm just worried that that's filling back up now. I keep on seeing bubbles coming round. I don't know if it's just air that's trapped underneath there, or there's a leak underneath there and that's where it's possibly been building up, and maybe it's been spitting it. Like, obviously the engine gets hot, maybe it's, you know, spitting it up, and that's why it's been sitting on the top. But I'm just going to keep an eye on that and see if it rises anymore. But if it doesn't, then job fixed. I think we're good. So we've just come back from a walk, just run the engine for a little bit as well, and still don't have any drips of fuel, so I magically fixed it somehow. And yeah, I'm just going to show you how quick it is to get to this MOT station that was, yeah, literally around the corner. 10 to 4 on Friday.
Okay.
That's better, isn't it?
Yeah. Is that the last one of the day then, I guess?
Yeah, that's the last one of the day.
Cool.
It's good.
It's good.
Just hopefully the fuel leak doesn't come back by then.
You have to check it every day.
I'm going to check it on the Friday and just make sure it's all good.
Check it on the bloody Thursday. Check it tonight, tomorrow.
Yeah, every day. We are now going to go and pick up a parcel which is for the resistors to fix the indicators. So I'm going to do that before Friday as well. Hopefully do it this evening, but we'll see. So I've just collected a parcel. And I was just telling Rachel, like, Scotland is so weird. Not weird, but just strange, because it's a tiny little shop and in a tiny little community, and it was shut. And then I was looking at the sign, I was like, oh, it's open about 2 o'clock. It comes open again at 2 o'clock, and we'll just go have our lunch and I'll wait here. And the guy from across the street was like, oh, just knock on the door. And I was like, right, okay. Started knocking on the door. No one came, and I started walking away, and he came out of his house and started chatting about the van, and then he's getting the keys out, he's going to open the shop up, and I was just a bit confused, like, okay, so this guy owns a shop or something, I don't know. But yeah, there was a little old lady in there that eventually came to the door, and yeah, finally got the parcels. Right, this is what we're after. They look right. There we go. These tiny little resistors, which is hopefully going to sort out our indicators. Is there one here? So yeah, these are the ones that came out and they were busted. This one's actually okay. The other one, it actually broke from the inside and the cable and everything came out, but they're exactly the same. So hopefully these will fix it. So that's good. We're getting closer to the MOT, so we're getting there. Thing is, I'll probably fix all of this and then there'll be something else that fails the MOT.
Don't say that.
Oh, I did order these about 2 weeks ago, and yeah, a guy from eBay sent it with UPS, and apparently it's at a dock in Inverness, and it was meant to go to a click and collect, and I'm fighting to get my money back from him. So I ordered from another supplier, more expensive, but hey, it got it here. So that's good. Right, we need to find a park up now, because there's not many around this area and we don't really want to move on too far. So trust the old park for night. We'll hopefully find one. Right, good morning. So I've just spent the morning trying to wire up the, hang on, got them here, little resistors. Now there's supposed to be a cable underneath the passenger seat where the original resistors were. Now they got taken out by the auto electrician because they were damaged, and he has rewired it to a different location, or just moved the cables somewhere, and I can't find where they are. So what I'm going to do is go straight to the rear lights and put these in, and hopefully that will solve the problem. The first thing I'm going to do is turn the van around and get the solar panel up, because that's a nice bit of sun today and that is free energy. So yeah, let's turn the van around. Okay, so I'm just working on the indicators on the rear now, and I thought I was going to have to cut the cables to put the resistors in, but I found on the cables I still had some of these. I think they're called T connectors, and basically they just pinch the cable, like the sleeve around the cable, and just touch the metal. This is where I tried to do the resistors before with other resistors which weren't right. So yeah, luckily these were still on there, so I'm just going to have to, bless you, OJ, what have I done with them? just show you on the old one. I'm just gonna have to solder on a bit of cable like was on the old one, and yeah, should be a little bit easier than I thought, hopefully. Right, annoyingly, I couldn't use those T-jointer things, whatever they are. They just wouldn't cut the cable on these, so I've just stripped the ends a little bit, and I'm going to have to cut these and join them in. And I'll just use these soldered connections just so it's all good. But what I would do temporarily is just join them up to these, I can't remember what they're called, Weibos or something like that. Weibo, yeah, just these. So I will just connect it all up and just make sure it actually works before I do the soldered connections, and make sure I've done it the right way. But basically it just goes in line, so if your positive cable coming across, you just have to join that in, and with the ground cable going across, you just join that in on that side. It doesn't matter which way round it is, just as long as you do that. So I've only got 2 cables here, so I know it's positive and negative, and hopefully it's as simple as that. Never is though. Right, let's give it a go. Hasn't worked. I can't think why. Alright, let's have a think. Right, let me give you a little update. So yesterday, after the indicator's not working, I had another little play around and it got worse. So underneath the passenger seat is where the resistors originally went, and there was a cable there, and it was just twisted together, a bit of tape around it, not great. And so I thought that was for the indicators, so sort of took them apart, and then I found out it was actually a cable for the passenger seat belt, which is all linked with the airbag system. So I put that back together, but I had the SRS airbag light on my dash, which is a straight up MOT failure. So that put me in a very bad mood. I had the driver's seat out, all of the mats out, trying to find the proper cables for the indicators, and I couldn't find them. The auto electrician that I used redirected them somewhere, and yeah, I don't know what's happened, but we managed to go to the garage this morning, and I very kindly asked them if they could just plug in their diagnostics equipment and just clear that fault, which they kindly did, and it is now gone, so that won't fail the MOT. And then I asked about the indicators, just say that they're obviously hyper flashing indicators. It's still within the parameters. It's only been a what do they call it, advisory. Thank you, darling. It's only been the advisory on the MOTs before, and if they would be okay with it, and he was like, yeah, fine. So as far as I know, there is nothing wrong for the MOT to fail. However, there are obviously things underneath the van that I can't even look at, like rubber mounts and stuff like that, which might have perished by now, but we'll see. I don't want to jinx anything, so just keep quiet, Cam. So yeah, our MOT is the last one of the day at 10 to 4, so we're on a beautiful walk at the moment. Obviously still in Tain, but yeah, absolutely stunning morning. Moon's still up, so yeah, we're just gonna try and keep busy for the rest of the afternoon, not play around with anything else with the van. I'm going to check the oils levels again and everything like that, make sure all the lights are again still working, and just fingers crossed. Yeah, I jinxed it. It failed, but it only failed on ball joints, either side, both need doing. But apart from that, it's all good. So it's booked in for, I think, well, they're calling me on Monday, but Monday, Tuesday next week, it's going to be fixed, and we'll have another year's MOT. So that's good. That's a relief now. I know that it's going to pass. I'm not going to say anything else. I was about to say something then, but I'm not going to do it because it will jinx it. But yeah, sorry it's been just another video about the MOT, but I wanted to do the wind turbines, and I've got everything for it now, but this has just taken over the whole week. You know, it was Wednesday it was meant to have the MOT, and then it got pushed back to Friday, and getting things sorted for it, yeah, just took up most of my time. But I'm gonna edit this video now, have it all ready for Monday, and this weekend I'm going to be building my wind turbines. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. There is much more fun things to come, and I will see you on the next one.
Do you think you'll want to play golf when you're old?
No. Yeah. I have no interest in it. Oh my god, there are actually people playing.
Look, it's such a nice day for it.
Yeah.